Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We have inverse demand function. So what is inverse demand function and what is demand function? And the inverse demand function is also called price function. So first we will write what is demand function. So demand function. So the demand function, as we discussed in the previous lectures, so quantity of demand is equal to factor of price. So this is a demand function. When the price is increase or decrease, the quantity of demand is also increase and decrease. So let's say this is a demand function, and when we inverse it, let's say I want to write P here and Q here, so we will write P is equal to function of Q. So when we inverse it, so then it is called inverse demand function, and it is also called price function. So now it's also called a price function because we are going to find the price, and here it's a demand function because we are finding the demand, quantity of demand. So when we inverse the quantity of demand function, so it will become price function. So this is a demand function and this is inverse demand function, and it is also called price function. So let's do one example. We have equation QD is equal to 10,000 minus 10p. So this is which function? This is a demand function. So I'll write demand function. Now I am going to find the price, and I am going to find also total revenue. We will find price, we will find total revenue, we will find marginal revenue, we will also find QD, and we also minimize and maximize, and the last thing is average revenue. So we will find all these things. First we will find the price function. So for the price function we will inverse it. So here we have minus 10p. When we shift to the another side, we will get plus 10p is equal to 10,000, and we have plus QD, so here it will be minus QD. So instead of QD we can also write only Q here. So now we should find the price. So dividing 10 throughout, dividing 10 divide by 10 divide by 10. So here we have P only. When 10,000 divided by 10, we will get 1,000, and minus. We can also write 0.1 Q. So this is price function. This is price function. Now we are going to find total revenue. So total revenue is equal to we can say that total revenue is equal to price multiply quantity. So this is the formula of total revenue. Instead of price, we will put these price function. So total revenue is equal to, instead of P, I will write 1000 minus 0.1 Q multiply with this Q. So this Q will multiply with this, and this Q will multiply with this. So we will get total revenue is equal to, we will get 1000 Q, it is 1000 Q, and minus 0.1 Q with Q, it will be Q square. So this is total revenue. Now we are going to find marginal revenue. So marginal revenue, when we take the derivatives of it, we will find marginal revenue. So marginal revenue is equal to, when we take the derivatives of this, so we will get 1000 minus 2 with multiply with this, we will get 0.2, and from Q square we will get Q only. So this is marginal revenue. Now we can find the quantity of demand, yes, the value of Q we can find. So the value of Q, let's say, equate to 0. So 0 is equal to 1000 minus 0.2 Q. Shift this to another side, we have minus, so it will become plus 2Q is equal to 1000. 0.2 divide 0.2, so this will cancel with each other, we will get Q is equal to 1000 divided by 0.2, we will get 5000 here. So the quantity is 5000. Now we should also find the minimize and maximize. So finding minimize and maximize, we will take the second order derivatives of this equation. So here D2 total revenue divided by Q2. So when we take the derivatives of this portion, so the constant is 0, and we will write minus 0.2. So when the result is minus, so it will be maximize, the profit is maximize. Now at the end we should find the average revenue. For the average revenue, we can find like average revenue is equal to total revenue divided by Q. So AR, average revenue, is equal to, so total revenue, here is the total revenue, 1000 Q minus 0.1 Q square divided by Q. So average revenue is equal to this Q also with this portion, this Q also with this portion. So I will write separately, Q with this portion minus 0.1 Q square, and the Q also with this portion. So this Q cancel with this Q, so we will get average revenue is equal to 1000 minus 0.1 from Q square, we will cancel with Q, only one Q is remaining. So here the average revenue is equal to price function. So the price function is equal to 1000 minus 0.1 Q, and the average revenue is also equal to 1000 minus 0.1 q. When these both are become similar, it means that we don't have any error in this equation. So this is demand function, and when we take the opposite of the demand function, we will also call it inverse demand function, and it's also called price function. So from these equation we can find these terms.